Today's video is going to be totally knots, so don't go anywhere. What's up guys, I'm Joe, and thanks for joining me here on Backcountry Treks. This channel is all about backpacking, hiking, gear, and sharing tips and tricks to help better your experience while out on trail or in the backcountry. So today I want to teach you how to tie 5 simple, effective knots that I think every backpacker, particularly hammock campers, should be familiar with. Those 5 knots are the bowline, the marlin spike hitch, the clove hitch, the slippery half hitch, and the taut line hitch. There's a lot of different uses for each one of these knots, so to simplify things, I'm going to show you what I personally use each one for. Let's get started with number 1, the bowline knot. Alright, so for demonstration purposes, I'm just using a piece of paracord here. We'll call this the working end and this the standing end. So first step is to make a loop with the working end on top of that loop. Then take your working end and pass it through the back of that loop. It's sort of a sideways pretzel look there. Then around the back of that standing end, and then through the center of that loop you made, or that pretzel. The final step is with one hand to grab that working end in the middle of that pretzel, and with the other hand grab the standing end and just pull tight. That's it. That's your bowline knot. This is really nice if you want to put a fixed loop on the end of a rope or cordage. If you tie it right, this won't slip at all. It'll always maintain this size loop. It won't cinch down on anything. The bowline knot. Okay, knot number 2, the marlin spike hitch. I have my bowline knot here that you can loop around something, a tree, in my case a fence post. You make a loop like so, and then fold that loop towards your anchor point. Pull that end through, and you have an area to put a toggle. I'm just using a tent stake here. You can use a stick or anything you want. Pull down on that, and there's your marlin spike. Now you have the ability to hang your pack right there. Anything else you might want to hang right there is nice to keep the pack out of the mud or off the wet ground. I use a ground sheet now, but before I had that, this is what I would do. This works well. So you can hang anything you want on there, really. To release that, you just pull your toggle out, and that's it. It's your marlin spike. So one more time real quick. Make a loop. Fold that loop up over. Pull that through. Take your toggle, go through that loop you made, cinch down. That's it. This next knot is called the clove hitch. It works well to tie off to a tent stake or tarp stake. I also use it for the PCT style bear bag hang. So to tie this knot, make one loop like so, with the working end being on top of that loop. Make a second loop, the exact same, again with that working end on top. Take that second loop you made, place it behind the first loop, and then slide that down over top of that tent stake. And that's it. As long as you have tension on one end of that line, that clove hitch will stay tight. See what that looks like right there? To release, you just pull your tent stake or your toggle out, and that's it. The next knot I want to show is the slippery half hitch. Very simple. Really effective though for tying down on this shock cord in the event this line lock were to slip while I'm moving around in my sleep, you know, trying to get comfortable. So all you do is take a bite on that working end, like so, pass it around that shock cord right there, and just send that bite through that loop. And that's it. So now if that line lock were to want to slip at all, that knot will keep it from slipping. And what's nice about the slippery knot is all you do is pull on that working end and it's loose. Very simple but very effective. So the other way I like to use a slippery half hitch is on my bear line. If I don't end up using a PCT hang style method to hang, you know, if I don't find the right tree or anything, and this is more convenient sometimes, I'll just come around the tree. Rather than having to wrap around the tree a whole bunch of times, I just again take a bite, go around the line that's running to my bear bag itself with that bite, come around and tie off to the cordage that's on the tree, and that's it. There's your slippery half hitch. Very simple, again, very effective. Easy way to release that is just grab that tail end or that working end, and boom, that's it, you're out. So I'll show that again real quick. Take a bite, send that loop around the line that's holding the bag itself, send that loop up through, and that's it. That'll prevent that line from slipping at all and keep the bag right where you want it. Pull it and it's out. That's it. This next knot is called the taut line hitch. You can use this to tighten around tent stakes or tarp stakes. If this were a tree for a ridge line, you could go around the tree and do the same knot. But for this example, I'm just using this tent stake. So this line right here is running to a fixed object. In my case, it's running to my tarp. And this is my working end. So to start, take my working end, I'm gonna go underneath of my standing end and wrap around one time. I'm gonna make a second wrap around. So I have two loops. And the third wrap, I'm going to go up underneath of my standing end and down through to make a series of 3 loops. I snug that down, and now I have the ability to loosen or tighten the desired tension that I need. So that's nice and taut now. That is the taut line hitch. Very easy to loosen or tighten. Well, that's it, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. With a little bit of practice and a little bit of patience, you no longer have to be one of those people that sends their line around the tree 600 times and stuffs it away hoping that it's not going anywhere. You know who you are. With that said, I hope you're all doing well. I hope everyone's staying safe, staying healthy in this crazy time we're all dealing with. I want to thank you again for joining me here on Backcountry Treks, and until next time, happy trails, everyone.